Before you move to Palmdale, thinking you're going to get more house but less money, there's one thing you need to be real honest with yourself about: the commute. Because this is one of the things that can either make this move feel like the best decision you ever made, or the one everything that slowly wears you down is over time. And honestly, this is where a lot of people get it wrong. They fall in love with the bigger house, the backyard, the extra space, but they don't really stop and think about what their day-to-day life is actually going to feel like. And that's what this video is about. And if you're thinking about moving to Palmdale or anywhere in the Antelope Valley, make sure to subscribe, because every week I break down what it's really like to live here. The pros, the cons, the neighborhood, the commute, and everything you need to know before you make a move. Hi, I'm Jennifer Espinoza with Casa Espinoza Homes, and I help people relocate to Palmdale, Lancaster, and the Antelope Valley every single week. And one of the first questions almost every serious buyer asks me is, how bad is the commute? Really? Because on paper, Palmdale looks like a no-brainer. You get more house, more space, more privacy, and much better value for your money. But then it really hits. You still have work, you still have school drops-offs, and you still have errands, routines, and just real life. So the question becomes, can you actually make this lifestyle work? And in a second, I'm going to tell you the biggest mistake people make when they think about this move. But first, let's talk about what the commute actually looked like. From Palmdale to Los Angeles, you're probably roughly looking at about an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half without heavy traffic. But that number by itself, honestly, doesn't really mean much, because distance is not what makes or breaks this move. The timing does. And that's the part most people don't really think through. Because if you leave at 6 in the morning, your day is going to look completely different than someone leaving at 8 a.m. If you're working hybrid, that changes things. If you're only commuting 2 or 3 times a week, that changes things. If you work in Burbank, Glendale, Pasadena, Santa Clarita, your commute may actually be way more manageable than you really think. But if you're driving into downtown LA every day during rush hour, that's a very, very different conversation. And this is exactly where people get themselves into trouble. They look at the map, they see the distance, and then they tell themselves, I can do that. But what they're not thinking about is this: how am I going to feel doing this over and over and over again? Because the truth is, if you truly hate driving, if traffic drains you, if you need to be home every early single day, this move might not feel as exciting after a few months in. And that's why I always tell my clients this: don't just ask, how far is it? Ask yourself this question: what time am I leaving? How many days a week am I doing this? How important is flexibility to me? Because those answers matter way more than your mileage. Now let me tell you what commute actually feels like. If you're driving the 14 freeway before, you already know. Some days it's smooth, other days one accident changes everything. And if we're not mentally prepared for that, it can become frustrating real fast. But here's the part that surprised a lot of people. For the right person, the trade-off still feels completely worth it. And here's why. What you're getting in return is completely different life. Instead of coming home to a cramped condo, street parking, shared walls, constant noise, you're pulling into your own driveway. You're walking into your own home. You have a backyard, more privacy, more space for your family, more room to breathe. And that changes how your whole life feels. I had a client recently who was terrified about this exact thing. They kept saying, what if we regret this? Because they were so used to LA, so used to being close to everything, so used to the convenience. But once they actually made this move, once they got settled in, once their kids had space to play, once they could actually sit outside in their backyard, they told me this: the commute was the thing we were most scared of, but this lifestyle is so much better than we had. And honestly, that's something I do hear a lot. Because when people move to Palmdale, they're not just buying a house. They're buying peace. They're buying more room. They're buying a different pace of life. And that's what's matter the most for people. And this is exactly why I make these videos, because there's so much people don't realize until they actually move. Now, in a second, I'm going to tell you exactly who this move is actually perfect for, because this is important. This move is amazing for some people and not absolutely right for others. And I think being honest about this is what actually blinds trust. So let's be real. If you had to drive into Los Angeles 5 days a week at strict hours and you already hate LA traffic, you need to think very carefully, because no matter how amazing the house is, your day-to-day does matter. But if you're hybrid, remote, self-employed, working in the valley, or you're just tired of feeling cramped, this move can be a completely upgrade to your life. And that's why so many people are making it right now. A lot of buyers are realizing they've been paying more for less. And once they start looking at what they can actually get in Palmdale, everything starts to shift. This is why commute videos matter so much, because people don't just want to know if they can afford the house. They want to know what their life is actually going to feel like. So here is my honest advice. If you're seriously considering making this move, before you buy, test it out. Do a weekday drive. Leave at a time you actually leave for work. Come home at a time you actually come home. Feel the drive. That's super important. Feel the timing. See what it actually feels like for you, because that one drive will tell you more than anything. And also, make sure you're buying in the right part of Palmdale, because where you live here matters too. Some neighborhoods have much easier freeway access than others, and that can make a huge difference in your routine. So if you commute from Palmdale to Los Angeles, is it worth it? My honest answer is this: for the right person, yes. If your goal is more space, more comfort, more peace, and a better quality of life, it can absolutely be one of the best decisions you actually make, but only if you go into it with the full picture. And if this video helped you get a clear picture of what this move would actually feel like, make sure to subscribe, because I got more videos coming on neighborhoods, cost of living, schools, and what it's really like to live out here. If you're thinking about making the move, comment below commute, and I'll send you the best neighborhoods based on where you work, homes in your budget, and my honest advice of what makes these areas most sense for your lifestyle. And if you're planning on moving to Palmdale or anywhere in the Antelope Valley, reach out to me. I help relocation buyers every single week, and will help you make the smartest move just for you.